I left Sprint, I came here to Verizon. And I gotta be honest, y'all, when I started here, like, this felt like a real come up. You know what I'm saying? Because I was working in an office building, it looked nice, got a parking lot, wasn't working retail no more. Like, I was feeling good. And I was making way more money, twice as much. And I would end up making 3 times as much I made at Sprint. Came here, I was loving it, and I was excited, and I was hungry. When I started here, it was just so easy. We were selling Verizon services. The services were great. We sold Fios, and people loved it. It was super fast, it was expensive, and I was getting fat commission checks. You know, at this point in time, I still had not told any of my friends from high school that, you know, I had lost my scholarship. I was home, I had failed. But this is the place where I felt like I finally came back from that failure. And when you fail, you know, especially when you're kicked out of school, you let your family down, you let your parents down, it's a hard thing to admit to people that don't know. And I was able to gain the confidence to admit that failure working here. And one of the reasons I was able to admit that is because I was a very successful salesperson here. When I started off here, I was already, you know, doing pretty well, but then they had this competition called Verizon Rockstar. And Verizon Rockstar was a pitch competition where you had to pitch Verizon's family of services, and you had to do it in a way that you hit all of the metrics and everything they wanted you to talk about, all this great stuff. So we had a center competition here, right? Everyone in the center competed. I became out #1. Then we had a regional competition. I came out #1. And then we all got to go down to Miami, staying at Fontainebleau Hotel. Verizon always knew how to throw a great party, right? There's Verizon Rockstar signs everywhere. They had this really creative thing for all the finalists. Everyone who wasn't a finalist that came, they had a note card, and they had to get your autograph. And whoever collected the most autographs would win like a prize. And so as you're walking around this fancy hotel with Verizon Rockstar signs everywhere, random people are coming up to me asking me for my autograph. And as you can imagine, all the guests in the hotel see what's going on. And they're running up to me and they're like, "Are you a celebrity? Are you performing tonight? What's going on?" And since Verizon had actually hired rock stars to come and perform that night, there's security at the hotel, it was crazy. And so it's this great experience. And I go down there, I pitch, and I end up winning the entire Rockstar competition. And I won a lot of money, and I got to get on stage with One Republic and introduce them. They gave me a signed guitar. It was incredible. And all the people back here in St. Louis were so excited. It was just an incredible, incredible experience. And when that happened, and I had this huge success, I finally didn't feel like a failure anymore. I needed that comeback, and it took a while. You know, we're talking 4 or 5 years. It took that comeback to make me feel like you're not a failure, Akeem. You may have failed, but as long as when you fail, you don't give up, you have the opportunity to level up. And I felt like I had leveled up.